The reason why having a boyfriend is embarrassing is because y'all came on social media and showed us that it was. If everyone would have kept their low standards to themselves and didn't show us the things they were enduring at home just so they can have a man in their life, people wouldn't think it was embarrassing. But not these videos of your boyfriends and your husbands packing you dog lunches, preparing food for you that I wouldn't even feed my mom's dog. That video of that one woman who asked her husband if she died, like, would he get remarried? And he's like, no, if you died, I would just get a maid and a prostitute. Like, you could have kept that to yourself. Being in relationships with men who you have nothing in common with, coming on the internet and telling us that your boyfriend doesn't shower or wash his ass, seeing the blatant incompetence of these men that y'all are spending your lives with and having children with. Of course, that shit is embarrassing because y'all keep getting online and showing us how embarrassing it is.
So this is why I'm just kind of worried about us as a people, right? Especially now in the black community. But I think this is a larger thing. It's a larger conversation. We've taken what we see on social media and we've just said this is the complete reality. Even when we personally don't know people like this with these experiences, and you can get it, right? When people think their worldview is formed by the people they know, right? Their friend group forms their world experience. This happened to my friend, this happened to my friend, so I believe that to be true. We know that in itself is anecdotal evidence. But you come on the internet, you think because you're inundated with it, that you think this is real. You think this is a complete truth. On one hand, we can hold and say that we know that social media is fake, that people put forth things that they think are inflammatory, they think that are super popular, that you want to create this envy, you want to create this thing that keeps you in that cycle of likes and views consistently. We know a large majority of it is fake. It's performative. Yet we take it as gospel. We take it as reality. This is why having a man is embarrassing. This is why having a husband or boyfriend is embarrassing because people came on the internet and said it. And we take that, and that's the truth. People don't come on and say, well, we don't like content, right? That's the truth. We don't like content when people say, my girlfriend is amazing, my wife is amazing, my husband's amazing. We don't like that. We get in the comment sections and we degrade them. We try to look to debunk them to find reasons why this is total BS. Rather than take that as at least something as a countermeasure to say, well, I see a lot of content that is negative. I see some content as positive. Let me form my own opinion. Our opinions are formed by people we don't know, people that we're envious of people that we look and say, at least my life isn't like that. But let's play this one back and do a deeper dive into it. So before that, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. And I think this is a really important one to highlight the ills of social media. Even though we have a lot of this documented, even though we understand this, we take so many of our cues from social media and think this is literal reality. This is the easiest way to program a society. You put forth this sort of bias, this sort of negativity, this sort of idea, and you just flood it, right? There's no real, strategy. There's no real nuance to it. You just flood it. So every time you open up your timeline, your FYP, open up, YouTube, whatever, you see the same things over and over again, and that suddenly easily becomes the truth.
The reason why having a boyfriend is embarrassing is because y'all came on social media and showed us that it was. If everyone would have kept their low standards to themselves and didn't show us the things they were enduring at home just so they can have a man in their life, people wouldn't think it was embarrassing.
So, by the same vein, we've showcased videos on here where women are saying, "My husband's great. He just wasn't for me." Right? He did all the things, he provided the kids, he took over all that, but he wasn't for me. That content, when it spikes, when it goes viral, it goes up and it goes down. Right? That type of content is not pushed against content like this. We're saying having a husband is embarrassing. And because there seems to be a propensity of one gender to get online and sort of critique and complain about the other, it's very well it's usually women saying these are the ills about men. This is what's wrong. Again, this is not to say that men there's not a whole sector of men blatantly shouting to the high heavens how much they hate women. There's misogyny and misandry. But there's more of a convention, accepted convention of women complaining about men, male behavior. So when we just see that, right? It's again, it's not complicated. You just see one person talking about it, and then that becomes the norm. It took absolutely nothing. Once that Vogue article came out, and people came out and say, yes, it's embarrassing. Yes, it's embarrassing. The other video that I highlighted the fact that this is why men check out. This is why the men that you want, the good ones, they don't want to be on your story time. We don't want to be story time. And when I went out on a date and how he burped or his eyebrow twitched the wrong way, and now I don't. It was embarrassing. We have this almost like this humiliation ritual set up, ready to go, primed and ready to go, and then we look and in the same vein, turn around and say, why are men not interested in us? Why are men not yearning for us like they used to? Because you make it seem like you dislike us so, vehemently, and we never push back and say, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. This isn't really true. And even in the woman that made the article, she was talking about how she has so many women coming forward and saying, my boyfriend is great, my husband is great, and then was so quick to downplay or tear those people down. So when that counter narrative does exist, it's downplayed because hating on men is currently popular. It's the thing to do. Talking about how well or how dope your marriage is never been the thing, unless it's some celebrity couple that we're mirrored in their toxicity and we call that relationship goals, and then maybe 4 or 5 years down the line they're splitting it and people are taking sides, and then that man is the worst thing, he did her wrong, but just years ago that was couple goals, right? So I think social media becomes such a fickle place for us to look and to take our relationship cues from. When you see things, you have to take it with a grain of salt and say, okay, is this true for my life? Is this reality? Is this reality I exist in? Rather than I simply hear it, I adopt it. And again, this is genderless. Men do the very same thing. You adopt these things that have never been part of your lifestyle, have never been part of your purview. These problems are problems for celebrities, for people with millions of dollars, and you say it's yours. Right? Right. You're a regular couple and you want to vacation, you want a house in the Maldives, you want to do all these things, but that's never been your reality. Neither has men being an embarrassment to you. You just took that and said, well, this person said it, this person said it, so it has to be true. The embarrassing thing is how easy it is for us to adopt things that have nothing to do with our lives because it's popular, because it becomes a cool thing, because if I post this, I'll sit here and I'll get reposts, I'll get likes, I'll get shares, I get more attention onto my own page, onto my own person. So it's why not? We've lost ourselves, we sold ourselves for attention. And we don't realize it in every single post we make, every single thing that we repost, and we don't have a counter narrative to. We simply accept it without we accept it, we digest it, and we regurgitate it without saying, "Is this actually real for me?" Sometimes we'll have content out there that says, and there's becoming more and more of those like women saying critiquing, say, "Well, no, that's not really it." Right? You want these things from men, but you don't want to give them what they want. That's becoming more and more of a popular thing that we see that pushback. But it's such a small amount, and their comment section is always filled with women calling them out, using whatever all the shame tactics that you see constantly. But when you have negative misandrous comments like this about how men are terrible, how men are awful, yeah, all you see in the comment section is people supporting that. And again, men aren't deaf, dumb, or blind to this. We see it and we say, okay, it's another reason that just kind of pushes us out the door. And we say, this is what you wanted. Be happy with the consequences. Be happy with the reality that you have now. But listen, if you think I missed something, let me know down in the comments. If you listen to the sound of my voice now and we're at the end of the video and you haven't subscribed, come on, man. What are you doing? Right? Join the channel, join the conversation, add your voice to it. If you see videos on your screen right now, go ahead, click on those, take a look. Let me know what you think about those as well. I'll see you guys on the next one.